It's showtime.
Hey, welcome to Did You Watch Survivor Last Night, the only Survivor podcast for compassionate haters. My name is Jake Scheidel. Each week I ask my best friend Thomas Powell if he did indeed watch a certain reality show. Hey, Thomas, how you doing today?
Jake, I'm doing good. It's still fall. It's still a little warmer than it normally has been, but the leaves are changing. You're getting some crisp air. It's getting colder overnight. I've been drinking hot coffee more than normal. I'm just in my element.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there.
I feel like I'm totally picking up on your vibe. You failed to mention, though, any aspect of spooky season specifically. So, do you want to speak on that?
I feel like it's too warm to be spooky season. I don't know. I mean, what scary movies have you been watching?
Let's see. Last night I watched, we went to a movie marathon party and watched Clue, which was the second time I'd seen the last half of Clue in like 3 days. So that was exciting. Great movie. Perfect every time. And then we watched Practical Magic, the Nicole Kidman, Sandra Bullock movie, which was fine for like a movie to have on in the background. It's fun to watch while like talking to people at a party, you know what I mean? What scary movies have you been watching, Mr. Movie Man?
Boy, what haven't I been watching? I watched The Guest, as I always do. I watched Carrie. I went to a screening of that over at the theater down the block from me, and that was great. Carrie, great movie. I watched Jennifer's Body for the first time, which was pretty good.
I would agree with that assessment.
Yeah, I don't think it's like great or anything. I will say do you remember the main criticism of Diablo Cody movies between that and like Juno was like people don't talk like that.
Yeah, but now everybody talks like that.
Well, it matters a lot less that people didn't talk like that the further time passes. So
yeah. I have the same criticism of Casablanca. Nobody talks like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am a big fan of the stupid song that the fake evil indie band that keeps popping up in the movie. It's called Through the Trees.
Speaking of, we also just watched Jawbreaker. Have you seen Jawbreaker?
I have not seen Jawbreaker.
Fantastic. Like peak 90s like vibes, right? And one of the featured performers is the Donnas. Remember the Donnas?
I do. Of course I remember the Donnas. How could I not?
They're like...
My question for you, though, that's great. My question for you, though, is that a scary movie?
The opening scene was pretty startling, I'll say that. But after that, it's just mostly a funny high school comedy.
I love the idea of trying to sell someone on a movie and be like, do you want to watch a startling movie?
I would love to, actually.
It's not so much scary, but I'm trying to think. I feel like I watched another scary movie. I'm trying to remember what it was, though.
Was it a scary movie?
It was not a scary movie. I would have remembered that.
What about something I watched recently, Thomas? Did you watch Survivor 47 last night?
Jake, I did. And I was in Survivor 40 Heaven.
Oh, wild you would say that because I was actually in Survivor 40 several.
Oh,
wait,
of
what?
course.
It's not even what I was going to say. It's just
Survivor 47th Heaven?
It's just so easy to say. It slips off the tongue. It's hard not to say.
Survivor 40 Lucky Number 11.
Yeah.
And then maybe Josh Hartnett shows up.
We need to get
he's
that.
having a bit of a moment right now.
Oh my god.
So.
Is Josh Hartnett having his reconnaissance or whatever?
Yeah, more like Josh Hartnett because he's got it covered.
Good one.
Yeah. That sounded like I was insulting him, but actually I was complimenting him.
You're very skilled in that. You never know which way it's going to go.
That's right.
This week's episode was called The Scales Be Tippin'. Who said this and why?
Mike Jones on the song Still Tippin'. Who did say that? Did Rome say that? Who said that?
I don't know. I'm asking you. My question for Jeff Probst is why, knowing this episode was airing in October, did you not call it The Scares Be Tippin'?
Yes. Idiot.
I'm just saying, it's right there. So we start off on the Lavo tribe, and it's Teeny feeling bad after last tribal council. Feeling bad for Teeny always. She feels like she's in survival mode. And then she apologizes to Rome for not telling him he was the plan. Why?
Yeah, I don't really see what the point of this is at this point. I guess that people just do this to like placate him because otherwise he's gonna bug you about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering the same thing. It's like it's not getting you anything.
Exactly. Then on the reward challenge, Jeff tells us we get a brand new Survivor twist, which made me anxious.
Yeah, thankfully this was like a pretty regular twist.
Yeah, this one was fine.
It's pretty low stakes.
I feel like this might replace Mergatory, I'm hoping, going forward, where they have teams instead of the tribes do the challenge. This was fun. For an end of pre-merge challenge, for just a reward challenge, this was fun. I think it got what they wanted out of Mergatory with the cross tribe alliances starting to form without like the stakes of, oh, well, who are we going to vote for at tribal council? So I think I'm pro this new twist. What did they call it? Survivor Social Hour?
Yeah, I'm also, I think, on board with Survivor Social Hour. It having two teams in a challenge, crazy. I didn't know you were allowed to do it,
Yeah.
but
In the nice era where everyone's a winner. And did you know that in this era they're all getting participation trophies after every challenge? They don't put it on the TV, but Jeff gives each of them an individual immunity that doesn't work at tribal council, but it does say I did it. And it's made of wood that they found on the island. That's what I'm going to do.
I mean,
if I ever get on Survivor, that's what I'm going to spend all my downtime doing is carving these little
making
participation
a
trophies.
participation trophy. I would just cry until they gave me one. I wouldn't stop crying if I lost until I got a trophy.
That's that millennial spirit. They have to collect bags, unlock ladder, maneuver ladder, collect balls, shoot balls. Okay. Fine. I liked the shooting of the balls.
Yeah, I think everything else is kind of boring. I will say, get Kyle in Money in the Bank, because if there's anything I know about ladder matches, it's that those clasps are supposed to be so hard to undo.
Yeah.
And he was doing it so fast.
Yeah. Then they get to go on the Survivor Social Hour at the Sanctuary where good things happen. Jeff Probst was talking about this on Fire, the worst named podcast in history. And he was like, yeah, we weren't sure what to call it. We had Survivor Social as like a placeholder, but then we were like, what if we let the players decide? Since it's the first time we're doing this, they can name it. And that would make them feel very like, part of the season or whatever. And then we decided to call it Survivor Social Hour. It's like, wait, I feel like we missed something here. What are you talking about? Like, letting the players call it something is really good. I think Survivor Social Hour, well, a good idea. It's a stupid name. And also Mergatory is a stupid name.
Yeah, Merge and the Sanctuary where good things happen.
Bad name, too long. Call it Applebee's. Everybody knows what that is.
I have a question about, I've never listened to On Fire, but I have a question about it.
Bad.
Okay. Does Jeff, so it's called On Fire,
Yeah.
is there like a theme song for it? Is there like an intro song?
No, it's just like basic bed music from the show Survivor on CBS.
So you're telling me that there's not, because I was thinking that maybe they would have like a parody of I'm on Fire.
The Bruce Springsteen song?
Yeah, that's about Survivor.
If they were fun, if they like to have fun on their Survivor podcast, like some Survivor podcasts, maybe they could do that.
Yeah, they'd be like, ho, ho, Jeff's on fire.
And that's it?
Yeah. They don't do any of the rest of the song. The rest of the song's too horny. They can only do that part.
Yeah. Who does that really good version? I mean, who doesn't? That's such a good song.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say that every single female indie musician has done a cover of that song, so you're gonna need to be more specific. I think you're probably talking about it's I think Lucy Dacus does a version of it. That's probably who you're thinking of.
It's entirely possible.
It's either that or Soccer Mommy, because Soccer Mommy also does a cover of it.
I feel like I would remember if it was Soccer Mommy. I was just listening to their new album. Quite good, if you can believe it. Okay, so here's something exciting about basketball in the game of Survivor. Teeny scores her shot using a granny style type shot. Pretty good stuff.
Pretty much everybody was. Yeah, they were doing it like Arnold and Hey, or was it Arnold or was it somebody else on the team that shot granny style? I think it was Arnold and Hey Arnold that did it.
Yes, I don't know if it was him who was doing it the whole time and inspired somebody else to do it, or somebody else was doing it and Arnold was finally inspired to do it by the end of the episode. But I do remember that episode. Yes.
He does shoot a free throw granny style at some point.
Can we do a Hey Arnold show on Patreon? We can call it Hey Jake and Tom.
Move it, football head.
Yeah. Ooh, or it could be a little segment inside of our football Patreon. If you subscribe to the football Patreon, we'll also talk about Hey Arnold.
Did you watch Football Head last night?
Then at Kyle, he is great at shooting, and Sam wins it for the yellow team, who is called Gotta. Cool. Great. I like Kyle. I like Sam sometimes.
And I like watching people shoot the damn ball.
You know, you got to say it. Then at the sanctuary where good things happen, Sue says, bucket list. You loved that?
Maybe she was just talking about how much she likes that movie.
Oh, were they showing Bucket List, the movie from 2008?
Yeah. Somebody brought up Morgan Freeman and she was like, bucket list.
One of my favorite movies by Morgan Freeman. Why didn't we see Kyle yelling, Shawshank Redemption? And then Tiana pipes up, Bruce Almighty. Do you know any other Morgan Freeman movies, Thomas? I feel like this is your wheelhouse, and you've given none, except for Bucket List.
That's true. Wanted, everyone's favorite Morgan Freeman movie.
What a pull. Kyle is saying, it's looking like a real good time, and there's a veggie dog for me.
I'm vegetarian. Did we know that? Had he mentioned that before?
I don't think he'd mentioned that before, but that's only because he hasn't been on screen up until this point.
Yeah, we've barely heard him talk up to this point.
Kyle rules. He continues to be good dude. Sam is very anxious.
Hope you enjoyed that veggie dog.
I mean, how can you not? Sam is very anxious when he's asked about his relationship with Sierra. Interesting.
Why, does he have something to hide?
I didn't realize.
Maybe that they're dating.
Hey, Thomas, a new show. Did you watch Cheaters last night? Because
I think I did, because I was watching this guy.
Yeah, this guy and fucking Schaumburg Sam and Schaumburg Sierra. Schaumburg Sam, why are you going home to Schaumburg all the time? I thought you lived in Nashville now. What's Sierra doing over there? Where's Sierra from? The Sierra Nevada?
Sierra.
What is that? A beer?
Yeah, she's from the dang mountain range.
Okay, so Tiana throws Gabe's name out. Obviously, who cares? Everybody's going to throw somebody's name out there. Why is this a big deal? Anyway, more importantly, they play cornhole. Cornhole? Cornhole. Cornhole.
I mean, I just want to put this out there. I would just destroy everybody that was playing cornhole. I would beat them so bad.
I really like this because this is literally a mini game within the game of Survivor. How often do we get that?
They should have won something. There should have been a prize for winning cornhole.
Yeah, you get an ear of corn. That's why they call it cornhole.
You get 1 ear of corn.
To split between the 2 people on the team.
Yeah, everyone gets a little nugget of corn.
That's cute. Carolyn, Teeny, and Rachel chat. What do we think about this?
Did they have the amulet together? What was?
Uh, Rachel, Teeny, and Andy have the amulet, I think.
Okay.
Carolyn's just sliding on in there. Carolyn, I think might be a little sneaky. Might be a little sneaky winner pick. I'm just putting it out
She's
there.
been playing behind the scenes
Yeah.
largely, which is that's good for this part of the game.
And she was on Tuku, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's why we haven't seen much of her. But what we have seen, she seems on top of it. What did you say earlier? Josh Hartnett. Call him Josh Hairnet because he's going to cover it.
Yeah, call her Josh Hairnet because she's got it covered.
There we go.
She's on top of it.
Carolyn Hairnet. Carolyn Net. Okay, on the Lavo tribe, Rome is feeling sad, but he's happy to talk to Saul without worrying about Teeny walking up on them. Great. Rome and Saul are working together now. It looks like at one point Saul is going to say fuck, but catches himself and says fart instead. Did you catch this?
Relatable.
Very funny. So then Rome goes to Genevieve to go to bat for Saul and throws Teeny's name out. Genevieve and Saul talk to Genevieve, denies, claiming she didn't want to work with him long term. Genevieve, high or low? What's that mean?
Are you asking me to make a roll on this? What's
Yeah.
This is a check?
Roll for Genevieve. What is your opinion? I think is what I meant with that.
Oh, I think she's playing a good. I think she's playing a good game.
I think she is
I think
too.
her going to talk to Saul to confirm. I think she knows how to handle Rome because it does seem like Rome is trying to get one over on every single person that he talks to, even his allies.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm just gonna double check to make sure that like everything was true that he said.
I feel like one of her greatest skills that we've seen is just her ability to consume information from a lot of different sources without giving up too much information to other people.
She's got a good poker face, and I think that's important in
Poker
the
face.
social game.
Yeah. On Gata, they set the chickens free and they try to go fishing. These fucking chickens, man. Everybody's talking about these chickens. I don't give a shit.
I think that the deal that they got was not a very good deal. I'm just going to throw that out there.
We'll get to that. Sam and Rachel return. Sam tells Sierra about the rumor about them. And Sierra seems to be in the middle. Okay, never mind. That wasn't important. Teeny doesn't really tell them anything about the Survivor Social Hour. Saul and Genevieve come to Teeny's side regarding Rome. And then on Tuku, what happens? Tiana tells them Lavo is going to scramble at the merge. I think Tiana's right about this. Sue is upset that she made Gabe a target. This was stupid. Why is Sue so mad?
I mean, Gabe's her primary. You know, it's her main guy.
But is Tiana with them?
I mean, allegedly, I guess.
Okay, in that case, like, Sue, maybe you should win the challenge then. Like, maybe that's on you and Gabe. Carolyn wants to keep the 5 remaining Tuku strong together at the merge, but it's hard. It's like herding cats. Does she say it's like herding cats?
I mean, if she didn't, she implied it.
Yes. How come we have not seen a scene between Sue and Tiana talking about planes? If they both work in the aviation industry, and they're both women in the aviation industry, and where are the men?
Doesn't Sue want to hide the fact that she owns her own business and is good at flying planes or whatever?
She wants to hide the fact that she's 58 years old. She's actually 45 years old.
She's 45 years old, yeah.
She still is the only woman in all of planes.
I don't know what you're saying about her being 58 or whatever, because she said she's 45.
Yeah, she's
so
45. And
I think you got some wrong information there.
Carolyn tells Tiana she needs to apologize to Gabe. Why? Like, this is the game, you guys. I guess this is the nice era, though.
Yeah. You're not allowed to throw people's names out anymore.
You must sit in silence at every feast you have, inner merge feast. I really liked when Gabe was talking to Tiana and he was like narrating what he was saying as he was saying it because I was like, yeah, okay. And they like cut between
Another
him and hit the talking head. Very good.
It was another good editing flourish from they've been, I think, combo of like episode titles and editing. It's been a good season.
Yeah, and that's what's important. Who gives a shit about the cast or the twists or the theme that doesn't exist anymore? So,
Which has also been, I mean, the theme doesn't exist, but the cast and the twists have been pretty good too, for the most part.
oh God, what was it? What did he say? What did Jeff say the unofficial theme was? Unrestrained power or something? Quiet power?
Some bullshit like that.
Yeah. Let's fucking see it, because chaotic power? Is this season about Rome? I mean, Rome did call it Survivor Rome, and he does have the DYWSLN bump, which
The
seems
theme is
promising.
Rome because you don't build a theme in a day,
That's right.
you know? You don't build it in one episode.
It takes at least 13. So Tiana tells Gabe what happened, but he doesn't trust it, so now he wants her out. Okay, man. Everybody wants everybody out. Stop winning the challenges then, Tuku. Like, sorry if you want to take people out. Okay, so let's get to this immunity challenge that you so desperately wanted to talk about, Thomas. Gata brings their chickens because they aren't laying eggs, and Jeff says they want to put all their eggs in one basket and gives them 18 eggs.
They were asking for 24, which I think they should have been asking for more than 2 dozen. You're giving them 3 chickens.
3 chickens. You assume they're going to do 1 egg a day, right? How many days left? Like 30? What's that, 90
Yeah.
eggs? Ask for 100 eggs. Ain't nobody can eat 100 eggs. But I bet Schomburg Sam can.
Ask for a big number and then see what Jeff goes from there. But they started with a small number and then Jeff negotiated them down even lower than that.
Yeah, this was lame. As I wrote in my notes, Gata sucks. I hate Gata. They're one of my least favorite tribes that's ever existed, honestly. They're like bad, but not even in a fun way.
Well, joke's on you because they're going to win this challenge, I'm sure. So they're
good
going to
point.
prove you wrong.
In this challenge, they have to drag a heavy net, saw through rope, collect sandbags and coconuts, throw sandbags at puzzle wall, then reassemble the puzzle wall. How about that? This is a challenge, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty generic. I did like how down to the wire this one went, though.
Yeah, very fun. It was very funny watching Andy be bad at cutting a rope. I liked him humping the air as he was trying to do that. That was funny. The blocks being heavy was very good. Jeff says it's going to take a big gun to move those blocks. I mean, yeah.
It's going to take a big gun.
That's what we've been saying this whole time, Jeff. Give them a gun. Like, okay, everybody's got all these immunity idols. What if they hide one gun in the jungle at the merge?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, how...
Give them, you don't have to give them guns, but you can give them a gun.
A gun with like 1 to 5 bullets in, and it's not even a good gun. Do it like Pearl Island's era guns. Like what they were going after, not 2000s guns. It would be fun.
They get one flintlock pistol.
Yes, and then you could be like, you can use your pistol if you win the challenge. I'll give you your flint back. Then you can use your gun.
One of you will get this flintlock. One of you will go home because you are going to be shot.
Yes. One of you will go to the hospital. Tuku wins this immunity challenge. Lavo takes second by seconds.
I'm sorry, just really quick. I like imagining the whole medevac process, but it's after someone has been intentionally shot with the gun, which they're allowed to do.
Jeff is like
just
not involved.
How are you feeling right now? What's going on? What happened? Well, it appears that they've been shot by a flintlock pistol.
Just like, oh, no, I did not foresee this. I didn't think people would actually do it.
Can't believe this is happening.
Rome has a very emotional reaction to their win. Now, here's my question for you. We love Rome on this podcast, right?
This is a Rome
This
podcast.
is a Prome podcast, a pro Rome
This is a pro.
podcast.
This is a pro. Yeah, all my promies out there.
Well, you say all of my promies out there. Has Rome become a friend from back home? Do you want to deem him that?
I think friend from back home has to be from Grand Rapids. I thought.
Not. That's one qualifier. The other is just like a chill bro we could chill with, like a friend from back home, a la Jay and Tails from Millennials versus Gen X.
Okay, yeah, because they're like a friend from back
Yeah,
home.
one of them said that about the other, and that was good. Let's see. Let me pull up the list. Wow, friend is a lot. We're in a lot in here. Okay, friends from back home. Here we go. Tails and Jay, the originals. Corey from the challenge, specifically because he is from Grand Rapids also. Blaine from Kid Nation. Ozzy from Race Wars. And then most recently, Austin from Survivor 45. Dee's fake boyfriend, not even really in love like the other two.
Yeah, D, the most beautiful woman that's ever existed. Everyone agrees.
Um,
Um, yeah, I think we can add Rome to the list.
right. Rome, congratulations. If you're ever in Grand Rapids or Chicago, reach out. We can hang out. Nobody else has taken us up on it. I can't believe Blaine from Kid Nation hasn't reached out. I wonder what he's up to. He's probably on Instagram. He's probably got short hair now, I bet. Sucks. Do you agree people with short hair suck?
Yeah, who would do that? Certainly not me.
No, me neither. Oh, did I tell you at my new job there's a barber shop like 3 doors down, like the band.
Oh
So I went
wow.
there the other day and got my hair cut on my lunch break. Great use of time. Very fun. Okay, so over on the Gata Beach, everybody's bummed out. Annika wants to take out Andy because he's a liability in challenges. Wow, can you believe she's right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's true.
She is sure he's going home. But here's the thing, the man from Schaumburg actually doesn't trust Annika. Why? Well, that's never told to us. Is it?
They just don't get along. I think
Oh,
that
that's right.
I don't think that it's unreasonable for him to think that she would want to get him out. Like,
Fair. Yeah, I forgot they had their whole tift, rift, whatever the word is. Annie makes his pitch to Annika, and Annika says she's very confident in her plan. Here's what here. What? Excuse me. When you heard her say that, were you confident in her plan?
no, no, I was not.
I unfortunately saw a thumbnail of fifth person voted out, and I said, "Ooh, I better not look." But I had already seen it was Annika. So when she said that, I thought that was very funny. Andy's plan is to learn Annika and Rachel's fake plan. And their plan is to take out Sam, which is what Andy expected. Everybody is high on Andy now. Everybody says, "Ooh, Andy, good move. Smart plan." Do you agree or disagree?
We'll see. I think that
Great take.
yeah, I think that I guess maybe the comparison for him would be like Emily, but
Mm-hmm.
if it's gonna work out, but I don't know. I think he's got bad habits he's potentially gonna fall back into.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough from him. Like, yeah, one good move is a good move, but
It was a good move. I mean, look, you give him credit on that. It was a good move.
Sierra almost says she feels like a piece of shit, but catches herself and says crap. This is the second time in the same episode that's happened. Pretty funny.
Wouldn't they just have you do another take if you said it? Like,
No, Thomas, they don't do takes like that.
there's no takes.
It's one take continuous for 69 days or however long it is now. Ooh, that's a good idea. Sexy Survivor, but they have to be on the island for 69 days. Has that been a show yet? Yeah, it's like six
Yeah.
different shows already.
I can't believe they haven't done that.
Sierra tells Sam that Annika can't vote. Oh, I forgot about that. I appreciate these notes that I take while I watch the show. Sometimes I forget. I can't tell you why I have such a poor memory, but Sam has to play his idol. He has to. It's only good for one idol. tribal.
It's only good for one idol.
Let's talk about these wildlife shots. We got fish, we got a dark heron, we got other birds, and we got Roland the bat eating a fruit, and he looked like he was really enjoying it. Can you tell us about Roland's diet, Thomas? He is your son,
I'm
after all.
assuming is he a fruit? He's a fruit bat. He likes to eat fruit.
It must be. It looked like he was eating a mango or something or other.
Fruit bats eat like insects too, also.
Probably. I didn't do the notes for wildlife shots this week because we didn't get anything new, and so I'm like,
There's nothing. They're not giving
I'm
us
going on
anything.
strike, but I'm still trying to like fill the segment with content.
So we're just speculating about what fruit bats
What
eat.
do fruit bats eat? I don't
Fruit
know.
bats
Fucking
might
fruit.
the fruit bats might eat other things too.
And it's like it's Halloween time, spooky season, so we got to talk about the bats that might suck your blood. Ooh, do you think that's why bats eat fruit? Because they think the juice is blood?
That's exactly why. You notice they only eat red fruits.
I did notice that. I was like, that looks like a mango, but everything coming out of it is red. Okay, so we go to tribal council. Jeff asks about the social hour, and Andy talks about what's on the inside. I'm so over this, man.
Yeah.
Rachel feels confident about the eye contact she's making. Sam says he feels confident. A lot of confidence at tribal council.
There's too many confident people. I guess if everybody's confident, they all can't get voted off. So,
what was it? That got Suri out in Game Changers. What do they call it? Advantagegeddon.
yeah,
This was Confidencegeddon.
Confidencegeddon.
Andy's trying to turn me into the we. This was a good line.
Everyone's talking about. I just imagined everybody was talking about the video game console. It's like I just hope that I get a turn with the Wii. Hopefully.
Rewards
Play
used to
some
be
Wii
so
Sports.
fun. Imagine Survivor Social Hour and you all get a turn on Wii baseball or Wii bowling. That would be fun.
That sounds great. Play some Wii golf with Jeff.
Then we see the vote, and Annika gets voted out 3-1 over Andy. Yeah, I mean, whatever. She had a very dramatic reaction.
This is one of the sorest loser reactions I've ever seen from top to bottom.
It did feel like a bit of a put on, but I do like to see these dramatic, immediate reactions after the vote. It feels a lot like when we hear the guest's reaction after they say bye on Hollywood Handbook. It's like, oh, fuck. It's always very funny. This was a lot. Annika was dealing with a lot. She says the worst part is how confident she felt. Oh, that was the other thing I liked. When she was like, whose move was this? And Andy goes, well, there were 3 votes.
I was demanding to. It's like, why do you care?
The game's over for you. Get out of here.
You have to leave. No, that was the point where, like, when she like just stood there by them. It's like you get out.
Yeah, I wanted Jeff to be like, Annika, the tribe has spoken. Like, that's what that line is supposed to mean.
It's like, Annika, what are you still doing here? All the way.
Yeah.
Get out all the way.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about these points that we've won in the last week. Thomas, you had 16 points.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Because we're not going to, Annika's done, so we're not going to get to do this anymore.
Okay.
But, oh my God, this is just like when you get ghosted by somebody on dating apps.
Yeah, what Survivor 47, more like Survivor 40 Ghost Island.
My tribe left me on red.
The tribe left me on the red tribe. That doesn't even make sense. She was on the yellow tribe. Whatever. You guys shut up. Yellow flag, Annika just swiped right. Is that something?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here's what it is. The merge, right? The merge is happening. Everybody wants to get to the merge. When you're talking to somebody on a dating app, you want to get to the date. And then you get to the date spot and they text you, hey, I'm actually not going to make it. Or you're like on your way to the date and they say, hey, actually I can't make it. And I never want to talk to you again.
I'm actually sick. My apartment flooded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't make it,
I actually have a
sorry.
plumber coming by. Can we push this back by a few hours? Yeah, that kind of thing. Okay, so last week you had 16 points. I had 17 points. You got a point for Teeny surviving. I got a point for Rome surviving. Uh, no points for you for picking TK early. I got a point for the only female aviation industry employee ever, Sue. Angada, Sierra, you scored a point, and I got one for Sam. The reward was a little different this week, wasn't it? You said, oh no, let's pick tribes, even though I suggested, oh, let's pick individuals.
It was a little different.
So you picked Tuku. There were 4 people from Tuku on that reward, so you got 4 points. There were 2 people from Gata, so I got 2 points. You said they would get pizza. Don't think they got pizza. They got veggie dogs.
Jake, I'm gonna go ahead and say, we can maybe just give me 1 point for having more people. I don't think we need to give me 4 points for that.
Why? It's fun.
Okay, I mean, look, I was giving you an out there, but if you're not gonna take it, that's
No,
fine.
I don't need it. On the reward, you said pizza. I said coffee. Neither of them happened. You said Gata would win immunity, and they gotta win immunity moving forward. And I said Tuku would win, and obviously they did because that's all they do. You said Andy would be voted out. I said Sam. Neither of those happened, but their team did go to immunity, so maybe half a point for each of us. So you're ending this week with 22 points. I am ending this week with 23 points.
Wow, okay.
It's a tight one. Call us Lavo and Gata in that immunity challenge because it was a close one. Okay, next week. Next week, it looks like we might be having the merge. What person do you want to pick for the merge? Oh, actually, you know what? I'm leading the game right now, so I will choose. You know, I want to stick by my man Rome, right? But I also am very impressed with how Genevieve has been playing this game. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, who I should go with. And I hate to abandon Rome if he goes on to win. But I also want to win this game where I want to pick Genevieve. But I got to stick with Rome. It's Survivor Rome. I'm sticking with Rome. Who are you picking?
I'm picking Kyle.
Do love Kyle. Okay, who is going to win this next reward challenge?
I will say. So are we picking individuals for this?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna say that Sam is going to win reward.
I'm going to say Kyle wins reward. What shall that reward be? Oh, wait. It's probably going to be the merge feast. Whatever. What will the reward or merge feast be?
I think what's gonna be on the merge feast? I'm gonna say that there's gonna be chicken there.
Yeah, classic. I will say wine. And who is winning immunity?
I'm gonna say Tiana.
It's a good pick. I will say Rome. Who's getting voted out? Ooh, who's getting voted out? This is when it gets good.
It's a good question. The amulet goes into effect at the merge, right?
Yes, presumably.
Like if all 3 of them make it, it works.
Right. It said, well, the exact phrasing was something along the lines of once everybody's on the same beach. So maybe it won't actually be a merge. It'll be whatever. Some other shit. But yeah, it'll probably be mergatory. And then it'll take effect then.
I'm gonna say Rachel is getting voted out.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but I'm gonna say Gabe.
I was thinking about
Okay,
it. I was definitely thinking about it.
good. I'm glad we're both somewhat reading into that. Of course, we're still waiting on either Outback Steakhouse or Applebee's to arrive in our show. Until then, Thomas, this week we saw a lot of hot dogs on the Survivor Social Hour, which we all agreed was good, right?
Yes, it was good.
We liked the cross tribe alliances forming, and we liked the hot dogs. We always like the hot dogs. We can always say that, right?
I mean, I like the hot dogs.
And it was nice seeing hot dogs as summer is winding down, just as a nice reminder of like what's good.
Summer has been wound down. It's been a month.
Yeah, but it's still like 80 degrees. So it's like time for hot dogs in baseball. And baseball is actually still happening. So speaking of hot dogs, is what I'm trying to say. Can you tell us the name of this week's quote square?
So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty having me. Then he told the people you can call me your majesty. Keep your
Create your own hot dog and we'll reveal your 3 best qualities. Don't be a wiener, take this quiz by Ryan Shockett.
It's going to be a shocking quiz, I'll tell you what, because of his name. July 7, 2017, from the BuzzFeed staff. Good stuff. Pick a bun. Normal, New England. Come on.
Sesame potato?
Yeah, just stop. Okay, I'm going to go with potato. That sounds tasty to me.
I'm gonna go with. So they don't have the Chicago style bun, so I'm gonna go with New England. I think.
Oh, yeah, the thin crust buns.
Well, the ones that got the got like the poppy seeds or whatever the black seeds are on them.
Oh, sure. I know what you're saying. I was doing a joke. Well, what's next? Sorry, mine is being really slow right now.
Okay, pick a hot dog brand. Nathan's, beef franks, Sabrett, also beef frankfurters. I don't think I've heard of those. Oscar Mayer wieners.
I heard of them.
Hebrew Nationals, Ballpark Franks, or Light Life Smart Dogs, which are veggie dogs.
Oh, for Kyle.
So Kyle would probably pick that one. I'm gonna go Hebrew Nationals.
That's good. I think I'm gonna go with Nathan's because of
It was between those two.
the famous Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I think we had
that's a big
Ballpark
one.
growing up.
Yeah, they're fine.
Ketchup or mustard.
This is I couldn't help but notice they don't have any Kowalskis on there.
Ketchup or mustard, Thomas? None or both?
Mustard.
Mustard is obviously the correct answer. Okay, next. Mine is finally loaded. Sauerkraut or relish? Neither or both.
I do like a kraut dog, but I think I'm going relish over kraut.
I'm not the biggest fan of most pickled veggies on a dog. Sauerkraut, I just don't like the flavor of. Relish does nothing for me, so I'm going to pick none. Sorry, nerds. Chili? What is this, the fucking Sin City? No.
Yeah, I like chili dogs, but I got to be in the right mood for them.
Yeah. If I'm making a dog specifically for me, I'm probably not going to put chili on it. But if it's like a nice warm, not warm, but like chill day and you want something nice and warm, a little chili, a little cheese on top of your dog, that's tasty. What are they going to ask me next?
They're just kind of a mess. Yeah. But yeah, so no chili, no cheese for me.
Oh, cheese, absolutely. Cheese on everything. Come on.
I couldn't help but notice that they didn't ask me whether I wanted sport peppers or a pickle spear or tomatoes, which I would have said no thanks, because I always get it with no tomato. But
that's because you don't live in the greatest city of the country, Chicago, Illinois.
yeah, they'd run me out of Chicago if I tried to get those tomatoes taken off.
Funny, honest, and witty. You have such a great sense of humor, and people really appreciate it. You can make people laugh sometimes without even trying. You have a quick, sharp response for anything. And then I think it's Kristen Wiig, like lunging forward in a cafe in like a funny way. Would you say that's accurate or inaccurate?
I would say that's
What's
accurate.
yours?
Ambitious, hardworking, and driven. When you have goals, you will achieve them. It doesn't matter who or what is in your way. A lot of people wish they had your drive and work ethic, but not many people are willing to put in the work. I would say that is completely
That's so
inaccurate.
accurate.
What would you
That's
say?
so accurate.
No, it is. No, it is not.
You're one
I
of
am
the
such
most
a
ambitious
slacker.
people I know.
I'm such a slacker.
You get 100% on all of the video games. And you watch a lot of sports games to completion.
You know what? You're so right.
Not everybody has that kind of drive.
It's kind of drive to finish watching the sport.
Yeah. As you're playing a video game in the background while we're doing something else.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get it
Yeah,
done.
exactly. Thomas, if people want to hear your takes on video games or sports or Survivor, where would they do that?
Well, you can follow me at tom.tom.bsky.social. I am actually posting on there more, not because I'm leaving Twitter, because I'm staying there till the very end. You can't fire me. I fire you, Elon Musk. But I will say I have gotten like an enormous influx of followers out of nowhere in the past few days. I'm up to almost 300 followers right now, and I've been posting a little bit more on there.
It does seem like there's been a mass migration recently that is genuine this time, whereas the previous 3 or 4 felt like a very slow trickle.
Yeah, I got put on a list of like basketball accounts too that I think I've gotten a lot of followers based off of.
The government.
Whoa.
Okay. The show's on YouTube at the Compassionate Haters Survivor Podcast. What can people comment on podcast?
They can comment, ha ha ha, very funny smiley face.
And our last poll asked about our new segment, post-show segment, Remember 5 Guys. Nobody voted in it, so I guess nobody hated it, is the good news.
Yeah, no feedback is better than bad
That's
feedback,
true.
I think.
I feel like probably people just stopped listening at this point in the podcast and don't care about the poll. But if you do want to vote in the poll, you go to website, youtube.com, our page, Official Haters Survivor Podcast. Go to the community tab. It's in there. If we gave it more effort, we could probably post it elsewhere, but we don't. What's this week's poll? Are you more Sam or Sierra?
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
What does that mean? I feel like there was some other debate that we were having earlier, but whatever. We have a few shows on Patreon. I was looking through it the other day, and there was one I had forgotten about. Do you remember a show for only $102 a month that we were doing?
Was that the wrestling one?
No, that's only $100 a month. Did you watch wrestling last
No,
week?
this is $102.
This one's $102 a month. It's called The Mr. Peepers Show. Every week we discuss one of the 102 surviving episodes of Mr. Peepers.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah,
me too.
The monkey show.
Yes. If you don't want to spend up to $100, you can also be a fan for only $10 a month, and then Thomas will call you fans when he thanks the fans. Thomas, did you want to thank the fans?
I would love to thank the listeners. Thank you for listening.
Again, you can go to patreon.com/justpodcast for those.
I think the ideal scenario for me is that one person pays for that so that I can thank the fan.
Yeah. My ideal would be that everybody who listens subscribes to at least one of these tiers so we can make a little bit of money off of this fucking program.
Don't subscribe to all of them. I mean, it would be like the money would be amazing, but it would be so much to do.
Yeah, once you get to the higher levels, we do start giving you more things, but that requires a lot of money, so you're probably not going to do that. But I would love to do an episode of Did You Sleep Last Night? Only $50,000 a month.
Yeah, this is for $50,000. You can make Jake's dream come true, literally and figuratively.
Exactly. For only $70,000, we're going to talk about Just, the Radiohead song. And if you're feeling,
I will do a karaoke performance of that song if you subscribe to it.
If you're feeling real generous, you can subscribe to Notes Appology for $1.5 million a year, where we write and discuss Notes app apologies only. And with that, you also get all of the other shows. We could be millionaires, Thomas, if anybody fucking cared.
Yeah. It's like that Travie McCoy song. I don't want to be a billionaire so freaking bad.
Did you already thank the fans?
I think the listeners, yeah.
Good. And did you tell them what to write on Apple reviews?
This is my favorite podcast. I like it better than all the other podcasts. I give it a big thumbs up.
And we'll be back next week with the next episode of Survivor for Several. Perfectly said. Have a great spooky season, hot as it may be.
See you next fall.
Deuces.
I think Deuces is actually what I'm supposed to say, but whatever.
Yelp with the B. For reviewing specifically the burps you have at various restaurants. Is this a good idea or no?
Man, I can't believe. I just don't understand why Ariel wasn't on board for this.
Right? It's a genius idea.
Yeah.
Elon Musk over here.
You know what? How about you get an initial pitch together for that, and
Just gave you the initial pitch.
If that goes well, then maybe I'll invest in it later.
How many percent?
Yeah, I'm not comfortable doing that right now. Yeah, this is a I'm out. Shark Tank pitch for me.
No, already? Look, imagine, okay, you go to a tasty American tavern. You get a nice turkey sandwich with that bacon on it and the crisp iceberg lettuce that doesn't give you E. coli. And then afterwards, and a nice sourdough or a whole grain bread, multi-grain even. You're like, whoa. That's my impression of a burp. You're like 5 stars.
I gotta tell you, man, I don't burp that much, so this is just, this doesn't mean that much to me.
Do you ever get hiccup burps?
No.
I burp a lot.
Yeah, you and I have very different experiences with this.
Why don't you burp a lot?
I don't know, man, I just don't.
Are you not breathing into your stomach constantly?
Apparently not.
You say you're supposed to be doing it.
I don't like that you're trying to say that something's wrong with me here.
I'm just saying, every part of your body needs air. Every part of your body needs oxygen, especially your stomach. So breathe into your stomach as much as possible. And then you also get to burp more, which is fun.
I will say, it does make it very hard for me to have a wonderful meal from certain chefs who expect me to burp as a polite thing, and I can't do it.
Smarten up, probes.
Okay. Are you ready for Remember 5 Guys?
I'm absolutely remember for Ready 5 Guys.
Perfect.
There's a brain burp right there.
There you go. This is, I'm going to change his name just based on our previous conversation. We're going to call him Burpin Roberts, also known as Burton Roberts.
Burton Roberts sounds like a Survivor contestant.
Correct, he was. Do you remember who he was? Kind of a big deal in the old school Survivor game.
Was this from a season that I watched?
Mm-hmm. We watched it during our year of Sandra.
Oh, was he on Heroes vs. Villains?
No.
Okay.
He was on Pearl Islands with Sandra Diaz-Twine, and he was the other person who was voted back into the game with Lil the Boy Scout, whatever her last name was. How about Brian Cook?
Brian Cook is a former NBA player.
Yeah. Do you remember what teams he played for?
I want to say he played for the Lakers at one point. Did he play for? I'm trying to think of who else. I used to get him and Brian Skinner confused sometimes about what teams they were on during my grid playing days. I think Brian Cook maybe played for Orlando also.
Yes, he did. As well as the Rockets, the Wizards, and a few years internationally. How about Sean Edwards?
Sean Edwards sounds like a Survivor player to me.
He was. Do you remember what season? It was recent.
No.
It was in the nice era.
Oh, it wasn't a nice era. Okay. Was it 41 maybe?
Try 4 times harder.
Survivor 44?
That's only 3. Try 1 more time harder.
Survivor 45.
He was Survivor 45, famous for being the second person to quit the game because he missed his husband.
Oh, it was the guy that missed his husband.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like a principal?
I think so, yeah. I'm trying to pick like the most basic names I can find on either Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
But this man's memory is steel trap. How about Jarvis Hayes?
Jarvis Hayes is a former Detroit Piston, baby.
That's right.
Yeah, he also played for the Washington Wizards, I believe.
Yes, as well as I think they were still New Jersey Nets at the time.
Yeah, he did play for the Nets. Yeah, I do remember that.
He also played internationally for a bit at the end of his career.
I believe he went to the University of Georgia.
Ugh, I don't care about college.
Okay.
And finally, the big name, Jimmy Johnson.
Both.
That's right.
He was both the Survivor contestant and the coach of both the Miami Hurricanes and the Dallas Cowboys.
I already told you I don't care about college, but yes.
Oh, and the Miami Dolphins. He was also the head coach of the Miami Dolphins.
Do people think about that as much when they think about him, though?
No, I mean, if you talk about him being a Miami coach, him being, the coach at the U during their heyday is always going to come up over the Dolphins.
Yeah, sure. I feel like him being in Miami is like the third thing I think of when I think about Jimmy Johnson. The first being obviously football, the second being sandwiches, the third being Nicaragua. That was his season of Survivor. Whatever. Anyway, great season. Everybody agrees, really good season of Survivor Nicaragua. We'll get to it eventually.
Sure. All right, so that's all 5,
That's
right?
remember 5 guys. 100%.
And I remembered them all.
Apparently you can't remember anybody's season of Survivor, but you remember every
No, I
team.
absolutely cannot remember that, but I do know all the teams that people played for.
Okay, good. I always like throwing one Detroit guy in there at least.
Yeah, I mean, I was very, very happy to hear that name.
I was very tempted to put Rodney Stuckey on there, and I was like, no, that's too easy.
I mean, yeah, obviously. I would have told you that he went to Eastern Washington, and you would have gotten all pissy about it for no reason.
Yeah, I don't care about college. College, call me Asher Roth, because I loved college. Okay.
Evil Asher Roth be like, I hate college.